What's cracking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more hip-hop, and back with some more hieroglyphics. Or, I should say, back with hieroglyphics. I reacted to a couple Del tunes, one from one of his solo albums, another one from the original Deltron 3030 album. But I now realize I haven't reacted to a hieroglyphics tune. And in fact, this is a hieroglyphics tune, but it's not a hieroglyphics tune. Let me explain. This is from their album Third Eye Vision, 1998, on their label Hiero Imperium, run by Del. But actually, Del is the only MC who appears on this track, so again, it's a Hiero track, but you might as well think of it as a Del tune. Nevertheless, we're going to listen to At the Helm, a tune which, when I first heard it, really blew my mind. I think I had already heard No Need for Alarm, which is the second Del solo album, and so I was already familiar with his work, but this tune really blew my mind. It had a harder edge than some of the tunes on No Need for Alarm, and also the way he talks about rapping and, you know, being in the rap business, and, you know, the persona that some rappers try to put on, and sort of the way that, you know, some rappers only talk about busting caps and fucking bitches, and whereas to his mind, rapping is about the actual lyrics and the fluency and the rhyme and ingenuity. It really blew my mind, and I was very impressed by sort of the attitude and the ideas being expressed. So I've always been a big fan of this tune, this album. I used to have this album on vinyl. Again, I mentioned in a couple other videos, I think some of them were on my old channel, so some of you may not have seen them, but yeah, like a few years back, I needed to like free up some money because, you know, like, because I was just out of grad school, it was sort of like, I basically needed time, and so basically I sold some vinyl, is the long story short, just to make some cash in the short term, because I wasn't working a full schedule, because I was finishing my research and so on. Nevertheless, yeah, I eventually sold this album, so I don't have the vinyl anymore, unfortunate, but I, you know, ripped all the tracks, as I do with all the vinyl that I get. So here we go. This is Hieroglyphics, At the Helm, starring Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Here we go. Life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. My rhymes is like dropping your head on cement, cracking it open, hoping to make a dent. I'm hell bent on resurrection, perfection. Lesson number one, rekindle the essence. Rap ain't about busting caps and fucking bitches. It's about fluency with rhyme and ingenuity. All of this is new to me. See, I keep rhymes with scrutiny under a microscope along a tightrope. A thin line between insanity and sanity. We put a little vanity, boosted your morality with viral hospitality. Soon to strike it with like calories,
deep,
salaries,
like rumbling bass, great. Like that mixed with the bass, great. And then that occasional like the harpsichord that. Like the production on this one. Like David Horowitz and say we want no more of this. Fight back with David Horowitz. For all you kids out there, that was a show for like consumer advocacy and like not letting companies rip you off.
You can't see this. Your defeatist attitude will get you nowhere fast. Attend to my task, cause life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Mr. Know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. Life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Mr. Know what you're doing
like nighttime menu shit there.
Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. Don't even start on the next man. Let's scan your situation. You said have no patience. Flip on niggas, rob niggas, even family. All the way up to your moms, you can't stand to be in the house. But when you kicked out, you begging to come back in. Then the same old skit happens. You say you rapping, but you don't know the essence. Just hoes slapping, busting caps is your message. Plus every time I put some skrill down, you steal it. If that's your way of teaching me a lesson, I don't feel it. Your raps reflect your life, and that's a shame. Cause the way it sounded, you must think that it's a game. I can see you came from the ghetto, but you came from the metal. You really need to let that go. You got no respect for hip-hop, and you trying to rhyme. Buying your time, and I find it a crime. I even tried to bury the hatchet, man. Cause we all African. You wanna be a rapper, start practicing. You can't even flow right. Spend most of your time fucking hoes, getting in fights, hanging out. with no mission in life. And you're missing your life, and you'll be missing out on life. I won't sweat you for that G you stole,
Cause if you're still alive, I'll be there to see you fold.
Told you life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined.
Not sure if this was aimed at a particular MC in particular, or just like a gauntlet thrown down to rappers, just bringing sort of weak ideas and kind of the same old tired themes.
If you ain't got a skill or trade, shut the hell up. You can be a rapper, an actor, a gun clapper, a comedian, provided
Gun clapper. Anyone remember the original gun clappers?
A fireman, hired hand, whether boy or girl, it's your world, your future, you control it. Whatever you do early on is how you mold it. I recorded, sold it, told it to you.
Mr. Dell wouldn't tell you nothing that ain't true.
Because life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing
echo.
for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up.
One you want.
You're able to label the Hiero sound. You still haven't found a comparable variable.
3 times?
You're able to label the
twice.
Hiero sound. You still haven't found a comparable variable. All you mark. Yeah.
It's the freshest shit.
It's the freshest shit.
There's a cool music video of this. I don't know if it's like an official video. I mean, I assume so because Dell is in it. But he's like riding, he's like hitching a ride in the back of a pickup truck and they're rocking out to this. It's dope. Check it out. But yeah, big fan of that album. There's several great tracks on that album. I might come back for some more of them, but that one to me is the marquee tune, at least like lyrically and musically for me. Not sure by reputation or music critics, but definitely that's the one that stood out to me. As I said, in particular for sort of his shots at rappers that are just just tired and just kind of doing the same sort of the same sort of hood rhymes that like, hey, I respect that. It's a culture and a place that many people grew up in, and so there's songs about it. But again, for him, for Dell, lyricism was more about rhyming ingenuity and finding like crafty metaphors and crazy wordplay and so on, and expressing ideas of perhaps a more like engaging or like expansive nature. So ultimately, like I said, it's a tune that really caught my attention and made me just want to listen to more and more Dell. And shortly after that, they would do the Deltron 3030 project, and it was just like, oh my god, this is amazing, like a concept album, like futuristic rap battles and shit. So I've done Mastermind from that one. I'm definitely going to come back for more tunes on that album. That album is amazing. But again, Both Sides of the Brain, Future Development, I forgot to talk about that one in Mastermind when I reacted to that. But yeah, the Future Development album, which I think is like, I don't know if it's like a lesser known or if it just didn't make as big of a splash in like hip hop music critic circles or whatever, but that one's dope as hell, especially the title track, Future Development. The tune is fucking amazing, so we'll come back for that one. I used to have that one on vinyl too, another one I sold, very unfortunate, but I did rip it, so I do have all the tracks. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you're a big fan of Dell. I know there's been someone who's watching some videos recently mentioned that they listen to Dell, so but primarily in the context of the Gorillaz. And I do want to come back and react to the Clint Eastwood track. Obviously, that's maybe the most famous thing, or that's the thing that has gotten him the most sort of like mainstream or like international attention. I do really like that song, but I think there's some other cool ones to go through first that like would to me, like when that song came out, it was like, right on, Dell, sort of getting some recognition that you deserve. But the reason I felt that is because I had already listened to several albums of his for like a decade by that point. So yeah, we're gonna do some of those first, but I do want to get to that one eventually, so do know that it's on the list. Shout out to some of the people. There's been a few people since I've had to come over to this new channel. Wasn't ideal, I had a good thing going on the other channel, but again, it was linked to my old college email, and apparently Google and YouTube have informed my school that they're only offering their full services, which includes access to YouTube, for current students, so not alumni anymore. So it is what it is. It's out of my hands. So yeah, I appreciate those of you who have either followed me over here or have found the videos here just anew. Either way, welcome, and there's going to be plenty more content of lots of different kinds of music, so I hope you're here for it. Have a good day, have a good night. See you next time. Peace.